Tiny Kitchen Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to make caramel infused chocolate cupcakes with whipped cream frosting in a tiny kitchen. So for this recipe, we're actually going to be using a boxed cake mix as one of the ingredients, and we're going to be kicking it up a notch. I'm making a half of the recipe here, but I will give you the ingredients for the full recipe. So what you would need is a box of chocolate cake mix. Any kind of chocolate cake mix will work. You would need 3 eggs and 1 egg white, 3/4 cup of buttermilk, 2/3 cup of sour cream or Greek yogurt, 1/3 cup of mild tasting oil, 1/2 cup of cocoa powder, and 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. That will be for the cupcakes themselves. What you'll need for the caramel mix is going to be a can of sweetened condensed milk and a jar of caramel sauce, and we'll be mixing those together. So what we're going to do first is we're going to mix our cake mix with all of our wet ingredients here. Our oil, our buttermilk, our sour cream or Greek yogurt, and our eggs. We're going to mix these until they're combined. Now we want to mix in our cocoa powder and our flour. Give them a mix. Now we're going to preheat the oven at 325. These are going to be big cupcakes, so we're going to use these big liners here. And we're just going to spoon these in an even amount here. These are going to be big cupcakes. And just in time to go in the oven, 18 to 23 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're just going to mix these two together in here to make lots of delicious caramel. Be very thick and very sweet. And the amount I'm making here is actually for the full recipe, but to make half of it is silly because then I'll waste the other half of the milk. So I might as well just make the caramel and eat the caramel. That is good. And we're going to be stuffing this in our cupcakes as well as putting it on top. So I'm filling up some bottles with caramel to make it easier to fill them. Alright, so my oven just beeped, so we're going to check our cupcakes and see if they're done. Poke them with a toothpick. See if they come out dry. Nope, still needs more time. So the cupcakes are beeping again. Now they've been in there for 23 minutes, so we'll check them now. And they should be done. they're done. And as you can see, they are the big cupcakes. And they're going to be huge when we get done after we put our frosting on them. We want to put a well inside of them so that we can fill them up with our caramel sauce. Alright. So I'm just going to take a chopstick and I'm just going to carve them out a hole right in the middle here. We now have little holes in them where we're going to fill them with caramel. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our caramel sauce and we're just going to start filling up these holes. One bottle gone. Next. Again, just want to keep filling them with caramel. I want to make these things so caramely. 4 bottles of caramel. This one I'll save for the top. I have more, so if I need more, I definitely use more. Never skimp on the caramel. We are just going to let these cool now before we frost them. So for the frosting, if you're doing the full recipe, you would need 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, a teaspoon of unflavored gelatin, and a 1.5 tablespoons of cold water. Okay, so first I'm going to mix my water and my gelatin and let it set. That'll just help hold our whipped cream so that it doesn't fall or melt too early. We'll mix our powdered sugar in with our heavy cream, and then we're going to mix it until it starts to get thick. Well, my gelatin is hard, so we're going to microwave it for a few seconds to soften it back up. It's liquid again, and I'm going to add in just a spoonful of that. Just mix it in. I'm just going to pour it in. That will help stabilize our whipped cream. That's pretty stiff. Overmix it or you'll make butter. So I have my piping bag here with my tip in it. If you don't have a piping bag, you can always use a sandwich bag and just cut the end off, the corner off. Now we're going to top them with some candy. And really fine touch. For the taste. Right here. that's how you make caramel soaked chocolate cupcakes with whipped cream frosting and some candy on top in a tiny kitchen.